The AVAX token has been on fire so far this year, announcing collaborations and partnerships with Amazon, JPMorgan, Citigroup, and more at the same time where Avalanche 2.0 is in the works. In today's video, we're going to explain why I believe AVAX could be one of the biggest winners in the upcoming crypto bull run. Now, before we hop into today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I offer financial advice on YouTube. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do find these videos informative or entertaining, please consider hitting that sub and like button, turning the notification bell on. I do appreciate all of the support on the channel. So we're going to give you guys an update on AVAX in this video, and this is a project we have been talking about for a majority of the year when we were in that $10 to $11 range. You can actually see here on January, so at some point in January, one of the first videos we made for the year was top 5 coins for 2023, and Avalanche was on that list. And then we made another video for AVAX here in June when it was at about $11. And then even most recently here at the beginning of November, we made a video saying that AVAX was a top 3 coin for November, and it was sitting at $12 at the time of this video. So why has AVAX been on fire over this past month? Up over 98%, and at one point it was well over 100% as it almost hit that $25 zone. Now, we're going to talk about this from a fundamental perspective, and then we're going to get into the technical side of things later on in this video. So I want to just give you guys kind of like an overview of what AVAX has been up to this year, as they have made partnerships with some of the biggest companies in the world, okay? And that is not, that's not just like a broad statement, it's actually a fact, and we're going to walk you through that. So for starters, we saw here back in January that Amazon partnered up with Avalanche, basically looking to expand enterprise and government use of blockchain tech through AWS. So the main developer of the Avalanche blockchain platform, Avalanche, officially partnered up with AWS, a cloud computing platform controlled by e-commerce giant Amazon.com. And for those of you that don't know, AWS is the world's largest provider of cloud infrastructure, bigger than Microsoft Cloud, bigger than Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud. But that's okay because Amazon has also partnered up with another one of these companies. So Avalanche team basically said the goal is to bring scalable blockchain solutions to enterprises and governments. And this really has been a big target audience for Avalanche, has been the enterprise, government, institutional side of things. And I think that these projects here going into a bull run that will be defined by, the suits coming into crypto, I think that projects like this are going to benefit a lot from this narrative, as well as just from a fundamental perspective. So basically, Amazon is looking to serve clients that are interested in cryptocurrency and blockchain platforms by basically giving them easy access to Avalanche subnets, which enable users to launch their own custom chains with ease. Now, subnets are the entire reason, or one of the main reasons actually, that I'm so bullish on Avalanche. It's something we mentioned in this video back in January, and basically every other video where we were speaking about this project, we basically always talk about subnets because in my opinion, this is a massive selling point of this blockchain that kind of separates it from every other chain out there. So on Avalanche, every subnet acts as an independent blockchain with its own customized rule sets, membership restrictions such as geographic limitations, and security procedures. A subnet can even contain multiple blockchains. So these features make it possible to create a subnet for a specific use case that is not properly served by a shared layer 1 blockchain. At the same time, subnets are interoperable, enabling easy communication and digital asset transfer from one subnet to another. Now, in addition, subnets help to supply the Avalanche platform with the scalability necessary to accommodate very high levels of network activity, and that's because subnets are isolated from one another, meaning that a load spike affecting one will not interfere with the functionality of others. So I actually want to find a picture of Avalanche subnets to give you a visual of how they work. What's a subnet? I think they have it here in the Avalanche docs. Yeah, so you can see this is the primary network, and then these are all individual subnets. So they are interconnected yet independent of each other. All of them work to help support and validate the primary network while also supporting their own customizable networks. So the AWS AVALabs partnership basically ensures that they are going to be providing ready access to tools and infrastructure needed to get the most out of their blockchain projects launched on Avalanche subnets. AVALabs is now a member of the AWS Partner Network. They have joined AWS Activate, and AWS users can now launch an Avalanche validator node with convenient one-click deployment, and looking to implement subnet deployment as a managed service on the AWS marketplace in the near future. Now, moving on, we also saw Avalanche announce their partnership here with Alibaba. So Alibaba basically built a launchpad for businesses to rapidly deploy metaverses on Avalanche. Cloudverse is a one-stop end-to-end solution for businesses to seamlessly customize, launch, and maintain their own metaverse space, all of which is going to be built on Avalanche. And we also have TENCENT here. So AVALabs and TENCENT Cloud enable rapid node deployment on the Avalanche public blockchain across APAC. And if you don't know who TENCENT is, I mean, you probably recognize one of these games. If you yourself are a gamer, if you have, any kids or friends who game, you probably recognize one of these on this list. We got League of Legends, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, Arena of Valor. I mean, there are a lot of games here that are pretty popular, right? Call of Duty. And another big use case for the Avalanche blockchain is, in fact, gaming, okay? The same way that subnets are targeted for these institutions, it is also very beneficial for gaming platforms to build out on an Avalanche subnet because they can customize the subnet for their specific game, create their own NFTs or gas tokens for their subnet, and expect very low latency gaming, which is probably number one, right? Would be the actual quality and kind of efficiency that these games run at. So that is what the Avalanche subnet feature is built for. And we actually saw here, based on this partnership, that this was really just for rapid node deployment. However, what I found super interesting was that the head of gaming at AVALabs did also say the capabilities that TENCENT and Avalanche will deliver are incredibly exciting for the future of games built on the blockchain. So definitely showing me that AVALabs is looking to potentially build out some games with TENCENT in the future. And that would be a massive, massive deal in my opinion. So we can see here that Avalanche is really coming from two different angles here, right? From the institutional side of things as well as from the gaming side of things. But I do want to go back to the institution stuff for a second here, as we spoke earlier this year about Avalanche Evergreen subnets, okay? And this is Spruce. So basically, these Evergreen subnets are targeting financial institutions and asset managers such as T. Rowe Price Associates, Wisdom Tree, Wellington Management, and Cumberland. And basically, they are using the Spruce as a test net for a variety of applications to measure the benefits of on-trade execution and settlement. So basically looking at some things like Forex exchange, interest rate swaps, and other areas in terms of like tokenization, tokenized equity, credit issuance, trading, and fund management, a bunch of institutional stuff, basically. And we actually saw this announcement here came back. It was earlier this year, right? But we actually kind of saw it materialize or really catch more attention as of recently, as it was announced that JPMorgan and Citigroup, two of the biggest US banks, actually were using Avalanche Evergreen subnets for different purposes. So, in a groundbreaking move, Onyx by JPMorgan and Apollo Global have announced a collaborative venture under Project Guardian. This strategic partnership leverages the expertise of Layer 0 Labs to connect Onyx with a permissioned Avalanche Evergreen subnet, enabling seamless subscriptions and redemptions for funds offered by Wisdom Tree Prime. So, JPMorgan actually connecting their private Onyx blockchain to the Avalanche Evergreen subnet. And they stand out, it says here in the article, they stand out for institutions by meeting their needs such as EVM compatibility, network privacy, custom gas features, permissioning at various levels, including validation, smart contract deployment, and transaction levels. And We did actually also see JPMorgan testing the Avalanche network here to kind of take a look at digitizing portfolios. So pretty interesting use case there for Avalanche, for an Avalanche subnet. And then we also saw Citigroup actually go ahead and test on Avalanche's subnet here through their work with Ava Cloud, and they described this as a managed blockchain service enabling teams to rapidly build, deploy, and scale decentralized networks tailored for any use case. And what they actually looked to do here was actually make some Forex trades. So Citigroup worked in collaboration with the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and they underwent testing for spot Forex trades for the US dollar to the Singapore dollar. Notably, kind of just taking into account here that this can be customized for any fiat pair that you can tokenize on an Avalanche subnet. So take a look at the size of some of the companies we spoke about in today's video who have been working with Avalanche. We got Amazon is the 5th biggest company in the world with a $1.516 trillion market cap. We have JPMorgan here with a $443 billion market cap. Tencent here with a $404.69 billion market cap. Alibaba also comes somewhere down this list. Here in 51st place, right? But we got Amazon in 5th place, JPMorgan in 16th, Tencent in 19th. So out of the top 20 companies here in the world, 3 of them are working with Avalanche and testing blockchain use cases. In its current state, Avalanche is still the 7th largest blockchain here total, with a TVL of 1.003 billion. But also, I'm not exactly sure that this does include all the TVL from the subnets that are currently running on Avalanche. So this number could be a bit incorrect. I believe it is incorrect, but if anything, it's kind of underselling how much TVL is on Avalanche, and this blockchain definitely has solidified itself as a top 10 moving into the next bull market. Now, to wrap things up, I do want to take a look at the chart here real quick. As we said at the beginning of the video, we've really been talking about Avalanche here in that low double-digit range, right? Like $10, $11 range. And it did actually go below that. It did drop down to about $8.90 there. And it was in this range for quite a while, okay? There was about a month time period here where Avalanche was basically in this range. And from that area, it ran up about 180% at its peak. Now currently up about 140%. And the one thing I'm looking for here really is just to see how it reacts at this 2150 zone. If we actually go ahead and remove the indicators, you can see here that 2150 has been a pretty big area of price action for AVAX going all the way back here to 2021. Once again, kind of acting as resistance here in the new year. At the beginning of 2023 in January and in April, and just kind of waiting to see how it behaves at this level for kind of like a third test in this year. And I think that if it does break above, we could have some very interesting price action here on AVAX. Worth noting that even after doubling over the past month, more or less, it's still down about 85% from that all-time high. So definitely worth zooming out and putting into perspective that this altcoin is still really beaten down from that all-time high price, which came in at about $146. So what do you think about Avalanche and the AVAX token? Let me know in the YouTube comments down below. I hope you all enjoyed the content in today's video. I hope you all stay happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.